What's up, guys? Tell me if you can hear me well. Last week we had issues, as usual, about the voice. I hope it's okay. Tell me if it's okay, please. I'm opening up on my phone as well to check it out. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I just made some coffee. I didn't have time to do anything. You know, as usual. Every Sunday, as usual. How are you guys? We have a bunch of things to look out today. Enigma from our community also asked for some specific charts. I'm gonna take a look at them as well. Didn't even have time for coffee, man. Just had dinner. Okay. I don't know if Alexa's watching me. Hope so. Asking him if the sound is okay. Alright, so I'm gonna leave my chat on the phone to be able to watch if someone comments anything. Okay. So what happened, guys? What happened this week? What happened? I know I mentioned a couple of things. To be honest, I don't remember the last post that were made. Let's change into trading view here. So I think previous week's plan. Let me just check. Let me do a quick check. If I'm not mistaken, we talked about reaching another RTH gap that was around 64, 63, right? Let's go into the CME chart. Let's start there. Yeah, exactly. That one over there. And so now, okay, I even posted this recently. My current fear, we had this there was an RTH gap that we just filled. Let me show you guys. Okay, this was the gap. This was the top of it, like 63,645, around that. So we filled that. We came to this is ETH range, this area here, or not really range, more like a distribution, right? Hey Lena, how are you? Hope you're okay. So more like a distribution. Oops, oh wait, oh no, I closed the chat. How do I open it back again? Let me get out, come back in. Okay. So we closed. We finished that. We finished reaching that gap. Reached the point of control, a high volume node. And there we're basically pushing up a little bit now. One thing to notice, pushing up, I mean slowly. I'm watching here on Exo. I'm seeing price bounce a little bit from a TR pocket actually from Saturday. I'll show you guys that in a sec. But we had this. Let me just check one thing. So we finished at 62940, which let's go on Binance. Sound is okay. Okay, Alexa, thank you, my friend. What did you wanted me to explain about gaps? Okay, let's check Bitcoin on Binance. Let's see where we finished on Friday, okay? Let's just to have a comparison. So Friday. So we closed here. We closed over here. Yeah, gaps. You gotta be a little bit more. You have to be a bit more explicit. What do you want to know? So this is our equivalent of the gaps bottom on CME. So this candle over here is this candle over here. Okay, so followed by this candle, we have a big push up. Is the music too loud, by the way? I just remembered. I'm sorry. I think it's on minimum. Yeah, should be okay. Okay, Alexa wants to know what RTH gaps are and how to find them. Okay. Okay, I'll explain and then you can rewatch. Okay, so after this candle, we have a big push up on Binance, right? It is this push up, which means that currently we are above this gap, which is going to leave this area to recover. What does this might mean? It might mean that either right now, because we took liquidity, either right now or eventually alongside this area, either on that Wix area or by an SFP. Let me see if we're diverging already. Okay, we are diverging already. So eventually, I would assume that very locally, and maybe for a Sydney move, if we break structure, maybe going below either that low or this pivot over here, which is probably like a 5 or 15 pivot. It's a 15 pivot. Going below one of these guys, you guys might as well just try to short to reach this this area here, which I guess you can maybe target that low over there at 62.76. Sorry, 62. Might as well give you an exact number on Binance. That's 62770. Okay. If we change structure, go below one of these levels, we might go there, because currently the gap we have is this. So it depends. The Sydney open range might be nice today to trade. I mean, Sydney's opening range, the 15-minute opening range, might be nice to trade, because if you see a reversal, this gap is a nice target. Okay, it's just an easy target. So Besides that, let's go into the CME because we had more targets. Right, there's this big target, which is an RTH gap, and that's why I have that. I like this. Everyone likes this meme, right? Hey Andy, how are you, my friend? I'm good. How are you, bro? So if we flip today here, around here, we have this RTH gap which goes down to like 59k 700, but that's on CME, okay? So this is the low of Thursday. Sorry, Wednesday. Exactly. So let's see where that is on Binance. Wednesday at 9. Wednesday, it's here. This low. 59k 637. That is a target. If we flip this, maybe after taking this high or this high over here, depends. If we maybe take out this high with an SFP, if we flip structure after that, kind of a swing trade can be to target 59637. Going there, I don't think, technically in terms of market structure, I don't think there's a reason to stop continuing going down, because this is not much of a support. And we have equal lows here, that's why I have the meme there. So it's not looking great because we're leaving too many gaps behind us. However, I said this earlier, what I think would be max pain scenario. Oof, let me close my window here, guys. Give me a second. Is it okay now? Check, check. My sound was okay. Or at least Alexa told me it was okay. Can you hear me now? God damn it, I was talking for so long. When did you say that I was muted? Alexa lied to me. He told me the sound was okay. Sorry for that. God damn it, I was talking for so long. I don't even know where to start now. But I guess I'll try to sum it up then. Sorry for that. There's always something on these streams, man. 10 minutes. Jesus. There's always something on these streams, man. Okay. I'm gonna try to sum it up, okay? What I talked for the last 10 minutes. 10 fucking minutes, Jesus. Okay. Currently, in about 30 minutes, Sydney will open. And now I'm trying to remember what I said. Okay, when Friday ended for the CME, it was on this candle over here. Let me change to the 15 here. It was on this candle over here. So right after we close CME, or in this case New York, right after New York closed, we pumped. We are currently trading above this. So right now we have this developing CME gap. Okay. What I was saying is either we take this high, maybe come here to this wick area, or SFP this. If we, now this line is useless. If we on Sydney Open, which is 30 minutes from now, if we change structure, this is a good target for a short, a very probable one. Just because that would mean not leaving the gap open, the weekend CME gap. And on top of that, what I said was there are to the bottom, to the downside. Oh, okay. Right, because of the, I probably muted because of the dogs and then forgot to press this little button again. I was saying, so these gaps we have them to the downside, but that's the only ones because then we only have these two. We have a very small one over here, which was already tested on this move, around 68 on CME values. And then we basically have gaps that are at the all-time high. So, you know, we would expect that if it goes that far, it will be to continue the macro uptrend. So, what I'm expecting is on Sydney Open, and I think this is where I muted. Sydney's opening range should be interesting for a couple of reasons. Depending on when, let me reset the chart. Depending on where we open, because currently I think we are around here. Right, so this price action that we're looking here, this like choppy downtrend, this price action is this price action, okay? From here to here. So currently we're trading like in the middle of it. What I'm expecting is either an SFP of this or an SFP of this. If it happens and we change structure, this is a good target. Which would mean that on the CME chart, we would maybe see something like it opening around here. I think this is where it's at right now. Opening around here, maybe ranging, and either we take this high or this high and then come down. If we change market structure, like if we change market structure and we have either blocks or FEGs um, that look good enough to use as a limit order on 1 minute time frame, 5 minute time frame, whatever, that's probably a good short. The thing is, that might just be, you know, just barely enough for Asia, so that Asia creates what we are accustomed to see, like, you know, typical ranges, so that during London and New York, the more classical and expansion type of price action happens. But the reality is, if we actually have like a 4-hour closure below this low, then I'm thinking we're gonna meet those equal lows eventually and not continue going up so soon. The reason for this is just because this is not only an RTH gap, like a New York session gap, but also a weekend gap. It is pretty far though, so going down there, you know, would be a little bit like doomsday. But at the same time, it's a little bit weird to make a new all-time high and leave them there, right? I know it can always do whatever it wants, but yeah, just be cautious about that. In any case, the RTH gaps that we currently have, I think, are good targets. So on the normal charts, we have these stacked highs here, which has a gap there. That's like the ultimate target for a long, in my opinion. But I also expect a reaction to happen here if we restart an uptrend. Let me just see if any of these gaps that I'm talking about, if they were left open or were they tested. So this was tested. We opened here, price tested the area and then pushed up. This was closed, doesn't matter. This one, it's kind of the same as the previous one on the bottom. We opened up here, tested, pushed up, and then coming back to the order block, we didn't, you know, we didn't come back down. Same thing here, which is my, I'm pretty afraid to take longs, to be honest, just because of this. This is a big area, man. But at the same time, we can kind of say that it was tested also, right? However, like it pushed up and didn't actually make new highs. So that maybe be something to take into consideration, because these tested the areas, pushed up, made new highs. This one pushed down on open, this is the open, pushed up, made new highs. This one pushed, this one actually ranges. This area is a whole session where New York just ranged, right? But then next day made a new high. Next day kind of made a new high. But this one is where it fails, right? This one is where the trend itself stops making new highs. It comes to resistance and is not able to produce a continuation of the uptrend. So I think it does make sense, man, to open open with an SFP market structure to the downside, and then possibly we start going down to fill these gaps, maybe take those equal lows, and after that I don't know what might happen. When we go there, it's already pretty bearish, right? Even on 4 hours. But it does make sense, man. Let me check EXO here, just to see what we currently have. Okay, what we currently have, stacked highs over here with imbalances. equal lows down there. But we also left these stacked highs on this high. So this makes me think SFP is possible. And then we have so many to the downside. But let's look before. What do we have before? I have to increase this. Actually, no, let's go to 30 minutes or 15. Maybe 15 should be enough. Let it load. While it loads, let's see what Binance is currently doing. We currently have the stacked imbalances that I was talking about is over here, where we have an untested fair value gap. On that fair value gap, I'm gonna leave this until the London range. On this fair value gap, we have stacked imbalances that might serve as support. Below that, this looks like stacked liquidity to me, which is a bearish thing. So if we break this area, I'm thinking lower immediately. So breaking this, I would immediately think 59. But I would really like to see another high be taken, possibly that one over there. If we just go down, then I wouldn't expect these equal lows, which are these ones. I wouldn't expect these equal lows to be taken just yet. Maybe take the gap, push up. Maybe. Big maybe. Because when we get there, that's very bearish. So big maybe. Big, like careful maybe. Let me just drink some water. Sorry, guys. This is already pretty bearish if it closes like that 15-minute one. But Sydney is not open yet, so let's try to not jump to conclusions. Let me see. Exo already opened. Loaded, I mean. It's pretty much the same logic. It's pretty bearish. And we have single prints to fill. I don't know. Am I transmitting this well? Yes, I am. Okay. We have single prints to fill to the downside. 2. But the gap is still lower. The gap is still lower. Maybe today, I haven't done this on all the weekly analysis, but maybe today it's a good idea to check out CoinAnk. Let me just configure that for you guys. But this looks nice. This does look nice for us to come to these lows over here, like 6 to 700, something like that, and flip from there, because this it's easier to see on TradingView because I marked it. But this space here, it's an untested fair value gap, might just be where we flip. It's kind of dangerous because we have equal lows below. Let me open up CoinAnk, and I'll broadcast that to you guys. Let me just duplicate the scene here. Window capture. Browser, okay. Browser. Ah, never mind. This is not what I want. Sorry, guys. Taking a little bit of time. Doing this on the fly. Not a good idea. Edge. Okay. I think you guys should be seeing it, right? Let me just put it below this. Okay. Let's just see where the liquidation levels are. The bigger ones. 1 hour, that's fine. Ooh. That's a big gap. That's a big stack of liquidation levels, but that's far. That's like 57. Wait, that's where I have the equal lows, right? Let me check. $57. Ooh, that's not a good thing. You see, price has a very, 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 very big tendency to come for these groups of liquidation levels. So that's not a good thing, no sir. At the same time, we have almost cleared this group, which makes me wonder if we don't take this this high on Sydney slash Tokyo, you know. Taking that seems, watching it from this point of view really seems like a nice plan, guys, to be honest. Take the high again, maybe go to 64, but I think that's a stretch for Asia. But maybe take the current or the previous high. Talking about either taking this one or that one, okay? Taking one of them and then flipping structure to come here. But one thing that is true is that RTH gaps have a tendency to only be reached on New York, which would tell me that maybe we can range in between this space. So that would mean ranging from like 62k to 64k until New York. Just because it's I'm only saying that because the RTH gaps, the ones created by New York, they have a really big tendency to only be filled by New York. Having some trouble reaching those. I'm trying to see the 74 area. Oh right, I think it doesn't load liquidation levels on the 4 hour, does it? Let's see the 2. Okay. We don't really have groups there. You see, like when it's really stacked like this, you see we come to it, react. Another stack, we come to it, react. Oh my god. That's really low. So yeah, I would think SFP and then clear this. I would think about clearing this. So I'm going to be a little bit more biased to for shorts. If I see good signals, I think that's going to be my bet for this week, or maybe at least for the first 2 days of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, kind of depends. If we push up, then I'm gonna think that on Wednesday or after that we're gonna go down. Just based on the liquidation levels, not technical, not any you know, intuition-based opinion or anything. We have 2 targets in terms of liquidations. We have this area, 70k, and we have these groups. with RTH gaps, it makes sense. So they are going to be my targets, guys. Those are my targets. So I guess that for now I'm gonna put an alert here. Watch out for reversals. And I'm gonna put an alert here saying the same thing. Gonna try to find reversals there. Depending on how the opening range sets, let's suppose that Sydney does this. I'm gonna think about longs. Sorry, not exactly like that. We are currently going up a bit. Let's suppose that we range Sydney does this. Like SFP this low or SFP this low. But if then we flip, I'm gonna think about targeting this high and maybe move the stop or trail the stop in order to try and reach that guy. But it depends on the sessions. The sessions have been really cool recently to decide trades, so I'm gonna try to follow that. But essentially, I know we have a lot of stacked imbalances up here. I'm just gonna change to remind you guys of what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is this. When you see stacked imbalances like this, I don't know if you guys can see the thin green lines. I hope you can. But if you can't, just trust me. We have a group of like 4 or 5 stacked imbalances up here. So I'm gonna targeting that high makes sense. Targeting this high makes sense too. Places for a reversal would be either here because we have stacked imbalances here too. Like 62988. Let's say 63. 63k, and then on this area, which is where we have that FVG that I was talking about, the non-tested one. So these areas over here, like this, and then like this. Not red, green, green. Barely, yeah. The colors on EXO, because it has the actually, let me see if I can it's because of the tiles. Cell till color, yeah. Maybe I can make them more transparent. Yes, I can. Cool. Okay. The tiles, which are the TPO tiles, and I can change the width, but the buying and selling tiles, which are, let me change again, which represent basically that, like this area. It's where we have wicks of the end of the day. For example, here the day ended. Sorry, the day started here. We were left with this, with that a green area. That's a tail. It's basically a wick. And we were left with this red one. Makes it. I put the. I lowered the transparency now a little bit, or better yet, I increased the transparency a little bit, so we should be able to see the lines over here. But yes. Anyway. From there, I'll look for reversals. From this stacked imbalance, I'll look for reversals. From this FEG, I'll look for reversals. If we don't take any of the levels before getting there, the opposite is my target. Basically, that's it. But I'm gonna guess that this happens during Tokyo or Hong Kong, and I'm gonna be asleep. But if you guys are willing to trade it, good luck. If you have a time to trade it. That being said, when eventually we get to 59,600 100 or 57, those equal lows down there. When we get here, I'm gonna think about a possible swing long. Possible. Keyword possible. Because I really wouldn't be surprised if we continue going down. Okay. But I guess that's it, guys. Be careful. Because I'm talking about very, very big targets that probably take days to be reached. So be careful about the trades and how you manage them. Okay, like if you, for example, let's suppose that you find a good 1 minute entry, and you want to trail the position down to those targets. Don't use 1 minute market structure to go there, right? Because if it takes a long time, then it's gonna use higher time frame structure to get there. If it takes a long time to get there and uses high time frame structure to get there, you must think that SFPs and stuff like that, or like turtle soup strategies, or turtle soup movements, will happen on at least 15 minutes, I would say. So be careful with deciding when or how to move stop losses. Okay. Of course, if you get stopped out in profits, that's always good. But at the same time, you might be cutting yourself short, right? That's what I mean. I guess that is it. I'm just going to explain what RTH gaps are because Alexa asked me to. So Alexa, brother, this is for you. Oh, and by the way, let me take note of the timing. 49 minutes. Let me just send him a DM. Tomorrow, check it out from 49:40. Sleep well. Okay. Okay, so what is an RTH gap and how to find them? Essentially, when you go on CME, if you write CME and you click futures here, you're going to see Bitcoin futures on CME. If you click this little arrow to expand the list, you get BTC1. That's what we want to look at, okay? This is the continuous contract. When you click that, this is probably, well, this chart. You're not going to see my drawings and my monkey there, but what I mean is this is the chart that you're going to see, and it will be on default, or by default, it will be on electronic trading hours. Electronic trading hours is essentially the chart showing up all markets from Sydney Open to New York close, which basically leaves you with a 1 hour small gap, which is the market open, right? If you click this and change to regular trading hours, it will show you only the price action created during the regular trading hours, which in this case includes only the people that trade in the United States, like New York Stock Exchange, the Chicago Market Exchange, and another one that I forgot. But essentially, United States, the price action created by United States, okay? Because the CME is from United States. I'm explaining this because in comparison, price is going down. Maybe it's going to be at the same level of the weekend CME gap. I'm explaining this because, for example, if you are looking at an Indian market, for example, regular trading hours will be the Indian regular trading hours, not the US, right? So time zone is always important as well. So if you click here and you click regular trading hours, what you will see is only the candles created during New York time, the sessions of the New York time. So for example, New York for me on my time zone opens up at 14:30, which as you can see is the first candle there, and then it closes at 9, which, as you can see, is the last candle there. So yeah, basically that's that. Because on this chart you only see the price action created by New York, all the price action created by other markets will not show here, and so it will create gaps, right? Those gaps, like for example this big one, which I'm scared of, these gaps will essentially they'll be kind of like FVGs, right? A fair value gap, for example, is kind of like a magnet, right? Price has a big tendency to come back to it. During New York times, price also has a big tendency to come back to this. Okay, the reason for that it's very speculative. I can say that you know, if you consider those as price imbalances, then New York, as they are working in an auction theory, right? The logic is that if they don't have an asset on that specific price, they might have interest in buying it at that specific price or selling at that specific price. If that price is inside the gap, they might be interested in pushing price down there so that they can work the market on that area because they weren't able to work on previous sessions, right? Makes sense? I hope so, because this is kind of hard to explain. So, because currently we have this humongous gap, that's one of the reasons I placed my monkey there, because if it comes here, it becomes extremely bearish, right? In terms of market structure, it's a big shift. It's a big change. And I wouldn't think that it will just come here to continue going up. Although it's possible, like it's always, everything is possible. Although it's possible, I think it would be a little bit unusual to come here and not take equal lows. You know, just saying. So if it comes here, I'm expecting, if it comes to this gap, I'm expecting the equal lows to be taken. Okay. And that is it. I think that's a good explanation. I hope it is a good explanation. But if, Alexa, if you have questions, you know, leave them on Discord as usual. So just for a heads up, I was talking about this FEG, and it's not really looking like it's gonna hold. But let's see. Let's see what the range of this is. Oops, too much. Point of control is over there. That is exactly what we touched. Okay, that's interesting. I don't have a template for that, I guess. Okay, but we touched it. At least a reaction exists, right? At least a reaction we have, but I don't know, it would be a little bit weird to see it hold like that. So clean. But I'm gonna leave that there. Okay, so it really kind of depends, because this line over here, right now, it means that Sydney did not leave a market open gap. This was CME. This was CME. Let's see. It hasn't opened yet. Oh, I'm on RTH. Sorry. Yeah, we basically did not leave a gap. We're at the same place. This is the new candle, or oh, it's not. It still has to register that. What's the 1 minute? Let me delete this. Yeah, we do not have a CME gap this weekend. Okay, it started basically at the same place. So we do not have a gap this weekend. So if we don't have a gap this weekend, this basically makes the chart neutral for us to take a look at. So, oh man, if it goes down there, you know, it it really will depend on grabbing this liquidity, what happens with this liquidity. And right now, let me see what's the New York opening range of Sydney. Hello? Do your job indicator. Alright, I can't. I'm being stupid. It's still 11, so I need 15 minutes to pass. But goddamn, if it keeps pushing like this, it's gonna be a big one. Let's imagine that it goes. It's pointless to be speculating. I'm just gonna wait. So we need 3 more candles. Let's take a look at this after those 15 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look into gold. I'm not gonna see nothing about this yet. This beautiful long. Let me delete this. Lock drawings. Yes. We did this long live, which this long was done live. Son, one of our community members, was taking it with me, and we trailed it up until this moment. It's really nice, really fun. It's one of those things that, you know, I think trading is more fun and has more meaning and all that when it's done as a group. It's just, you know, it's just a cool thing. Let's see what is happening on the daily. You know what? I'm gonna delete everything. Take a look. Oh, I don't want to delete this. But I think I can delete all the new stuff. I don't care. Go away. Okay, we did that. Let me just drag this a little bit. Is that correct on the 15? It's not loading. Too much information. Okay. Let me just adjust this a little bit. Okay. What's this line for? Oh, that's the limit of vector pulse. Okay. Maybe I should look at this from a bigger perspective. I'm on the weekly now. Where's the range? Last range we had. Jesus. You know, it looks like those classical cup and handles, right? Just the classic one. I think TradingView has a function for that, doesn't it? Damn, Bitcoin's dropping. I guess not. I thought it did. It has curves and stuff, but that's not what I'm asking. Bars, patterns. Yeah, whatever. Let's not waste time. How's the monthly looking? My God. I can only imagine if this starts dumping. Oh man. But I mean, if it starts dumping, it'll probably look like something like this, right? Yeah, this range is really important. This range is really important. Let's mark out some monthly levels. Actually, let me check if I have monthly levels. I do not, because maybe I have them on CME. No, I'm just incompetent. So okay, let's do them. I don't care about this anymore. Neither about this. Let me just see what happened because I got a mention. I'll check that later. Yeah, this range is really important. Let's mark out the volume profile of it. Volume profile takes us to this monthly order block. I'm gonna leave it maybe until 25 or something. This move is too big to be looking at small time frames, you know. Let's mark out the point of control of that. Not what I wanted. After that, this is a big expansion. We currently don't have any new values. I'm gonna mark out this guy. Monthly. Oh wait. Okay. Gonna put one over here as well. And this one over here as well. And I like that one over there because it's at 382. We're currently already reaching 1618 of this extension, this push up. If this was a 1 minute time frame, where would I look for a trade? I would think about, if this was a 1 minute time frame, I would say this is a breakaway gap. So I don't expect this to be recovered. Monthly FEG. I don't expect price to come here, which would make me think about it creating another gap here, which would maybe, where's the number 2? Let's see the number 2, where does it land? Which would maybe take us to some situation like this. Have another month where we push up, but with a bigger wick. And if that happens, this area leaves us with something like this, which we will take a look at on the weekly. And in that logic, coming to this area, so it would be something like this, I don't know. And coming to this area, we would have a final push. So if we go back to the weekly, then we need to do a volume profile of this weekly range before the breakout. And the point of control of that is over here. Which makes me think about either having a continuation from here or take some liquidity. How's the volume profile of the expansion? Let me see. Okay, volume. Let me call this expansion POC. So I'm interested in this level. I'm very interested in this level for a final move up, either here, which is a big range, I know. It's from, on CME values, it's from 59 to 02, 2559 to 2502. If that breaks, I'm thinking about this. I wouldn't want it to come lower than that. And to be honest, if this is a a classical 5-wave move to the upside, we have to stop going down somewhere around here. So might as well make the bet that it has to be like here. Okay, on the expansion POC. Now let's look into recent levels for VWAPs and stuff. Okay. This is a target for a short. Like a local short. Let's see if something lands on our expansion POC. Not really, but we have an interesting 15-minute order block there. And point of control / VWAP at the same place, 2526. Okay. I didn't do this on Bitcoin, by the way, now that I think about it. Huh, weird. Okay. I'm gonna leave it like that. I need to see a nice reversal, like a big one. Depends on Sydney, kinda. Sydney's range. Is it not done yet? It is. Why do I? Oh, god damn it! I'm stupid. Sorry, guys. Come on, load up. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting that on CME I don't have the real-time chart. Let's look at FXCM. Okay, so I would be interested in a short from this high. And I would be interested in a short from that high, which is all-time high currently. Okay. Just because it's a deviation of the current Sydney's range. Target, very low. Very, very low. Target is at least the previous day VWAP. Okay, down there, 2609 at least. And this is FXCM. So the CME, as you know, should have a bigger say in this. More, always trust CME more. Okay. If, for example, the CME takes the high and FX doesn't, trust CME. Like if it takes, imagine that here we're on the 1 minute, let's suppose, and let's say that FXCM does something like this, almost taking out the high but not taking it. Okay, but you see it happening like, hey, but we are changing market structure, there was a bearish divergence between that high and that high, Like, should I short or should I wait for these equal highs to be taken? Check the CME. If the chart on the CME actually took this high, just trust the short then. It's probably a good short, okay? Always trust CME first. And that would probably be it. For gold, there's nothing more to talk about gold, because the problem is we are currently on price discovery. We still don't have any single reason in the world to think about a massive short, okay? Because we're still pushing up. Previous candle was up. Previous candle created a gap. Yes, we have reasons to think that, you know, at some point it has to retrace. If it does, the expansion POC makes total sense. Currently, what's the lowest? Is that one or the next one? 2524, 2522. Okay, this is the lowest one. Currently, I don't really like where the 618 is. This weekly range POC is like, would be a little bit bearish. But if we come a little higher, like the prediction that I was talking about, from here it's already making a little bit more sense, because the 0.5 is where we want it to be, right? If we come even more, then the 618 would be over there. If we come even more, then we would have like the 702, but I think this is maybe, keyword maybe, pushing it too high. But I mean, look at what it has been doing, so I can't really say that it can't go that high, right? So I'm scared of taking longs just because it's so, well, it's so high. At any point it can have a really strong flip. But at the same time, like, if it's going up, you know, we're not gonna, doesn't make a lot of sense to fight it. Like, it's bullish. There's nothing else to be said. It's just bullish. And to anyone who's thinking about like macroeconomics factors and stuff, previous week I saw a lot of news suggesting that gold has to retrace, and it just kept going, not giving any, with not a single care in the world. So, like, guys, don't really trust the news. You don't really know. The news isn't really going to be a leading indicator most of the times, okay? In fact, you can't be sure if it's not manipulation, actually. So don't really trust news too much when it comes to making decisions on the chart, I mean, especially if you're a scalper. Makes no sense. But I have seen a lot of reasons for it to continue going down, and it hasn't come down. So until I see something really strong like a bearish weekly candle, then I don't really think that we have to come to this expansion POC, let alone the weekly range POC, okay? I just don't have a reason, man. Now, let's talk about NQ. NQ, the previous week we talked about it coming for one of the gaps. Let me change to the RTH. We talked about it coming for one of the gaps and then pushing up. We had market open, we had a bunch of things, and essentially like here, essentially this started over here. We did come just a little bit and then continuously shift the structure to the upside. This was CPI and FOMC created this movement. So currently I expect one of two things. We either go directly for this gap, which was my previous week's objective, or we leave this open to be taken like it is, as it is, like that. Just leave it like that and come for one of these market gaps that I marked out, because we still left them. However, the thing is, currently we tested this one. This was Friday. We tested it and made a new high, and this is with a closure. So typically that suggests a continuation. However, this space here, we didn't even reach the point of control, so it ranging or stopping over here doesn't really mean much, right? This might just be a reaction to go to the downside and target the gaps that I was talking about. However, once again, let's see how Sydney opened on FXCM. What the hell is that wick? We already took the low of the initial balance, this candle, and we're pushing up. So I don't really have a reason to think that we're not going to continue up. If we continue up, then I think taking out that high is probable, and continuing is also probable. If it's one of those slow market sessions, just pushing up until London time, then we will come for this gap. And I mean, we're bullish, so why not think like that, okay? Until proven otherwise, just follow the trend. And let me go here. These gaps are badly marked. I don't know which one that is. Wait. Huh. Why is it not marking out that space over there? Bug. Just a bug. Or is it too far? Maybe it's too far? Yeah, it's too far. Okay. So I'm actually wrong. Why am I thinking that's tested? Was it tested later? It wasn't. This gap is not tested. Why did I say that it's tested? God, dumbass. Oh, maybe I was watching it without BADJ? No. Makes no sense. I hope I didn't give a bad prediction because I had BADJ off. Hope not. Anyway. This was a market gap, right? Not ATH. Yeah. Let me see. Levels. Previous day view app over here. Those ones are, I already have them marked. I do not have that marked, and I should. Ooh, my eyes are burning already. I have to go to sleep. Let's see on the RTH now. ETH, sorry. It does look like we have reasons to go down. Like this looks like a good high. How is the Sydney range doing? Okay. Are these equals? 82.5, 84. No, it's an SFP on FXCM. Let's see if that's true. Oh, sorry, I'm CME. God damn, wake up. So that's an SFP. So I would be looking maybe at a short from this high and not take out that high. Let's see what's happening currently. Okay. Let's see what happens here, guys. And on this area might be a good short. If not, there's a gap that is not tested yet. If there's a good short there, target would be at least the previous day view up, which is previous week view up would also be interesting because this is Monday. Previous week view up is also interesting. If not, if we either SFP this high or test the gap and start going down, target for me would be the previous week view up, or these lows down here. The only problem about this analysis is that I think in terms of news and everything, what makes sense is to go up to cause max pain. Everything is going up and it shouldn't. It's just a trap. There are too many reasons for the markets to crash in general. And we're not doing it. We continue to not do it. I don't think that's a good thing. Yep. That would be the plan, guys. A plan would be SFP this high, see if we got a good short to go down. The good short could be maybe for the Asia session. The good short could be for this range over here. That POC over there. This would be for Asia. Maybe for London a bigger expansion down. If we start seeing signs of it reversing, then I would think coming during London for this, or maybe New York. That would mean probably take out the Asia high, and from there we would have to reassess the situation. The market is bullish, so my main bias is to continue bullish. Like, we have to follow the trend until the trend stops being a reality. And if it stops being a reality, I would think about a 19635 or 19419. Previous day view up, that naked view up of 19697 would be the minimum. Okay. This previous week view up I think might be because of previous highs. This previous week view up might just be a retest of highs. Let me see dailies. For example, we have this level over here still fresh. That would be a nice level. Like using this area kind of like support resistance areas. Support resistance areas. Let's see, we would have something like this over here, which we are currently on. Then this is a daily level. Let me mark that out. Daily, 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 daily. So that is 1. This is 2. Might as well mark that out. And then we have this one. Oh, I like that one. It's on the previous day view up. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I like this one. It's on the previous day view up. This is just interesting because it's where the vector starts, daily vector. I can delete this, I can delete that, and that, and that, and this. That's it. Yeah, that would be it. That would be it. Oops. That would be it, guys. I think I marked out these levels wrong, man, because I was without BADJ. Yeah, I messed up, guys. Without BADJ this makes sense. What would have made sense with BADJ is this previous week view up, previous daily view up, which was touched, and then we bounced. So this would be something like this. I was kind of stupid last week, I'm sorry. Rookie mistake not having BADJ on. But that was okay. Currently we're looking at it correctly. And this is what currently makes sense to me. Point of control over there together with the range point of control. That's a short possibility, which I think on the FXCM chart is pretty much the same, right? Exactly. FXCM is nice because a lot of the numbers match up with CME. So yep, that is it, guys. That is it. I'm gonna delete this one. This might be a short to target 19805 because we're currently pushing up. If it doesn't work, 19858 can be a possibility as well. And that's it. That would probably be it. Bitcoin, in the meantime, we did take the liquidity. Let's see what happened on EXO. Okay, we came back. Oh, let me see CoinAnk actually. Wait. That's not what I want. Give me a second. Let me open up Edge. It detected Maven, but I don't want Maven. Let me shut down Maven. See if it flips. Okay, that's what I wanted. Let's change to 15. Yeah, okay. It came to more liquidation levels. Now I would be expecting those ones to be targeted, guys. That would be the target minimum. You see this area like 637, 635. So this high at the 20th at 12. 20th at 12. 20th at 12 would be this high over here. Target, that's a target. What's the opening range? Okay. Ooh, I like that deviation. But yes, I would be thinking about price going up now to this area. 636 essentially. And it's pushing, so why not? 636. And I guess that's it. Guys, last week I forgot to make a post, so I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna be live while doing it. If you guys have any questions, just ask. But that is it for me, I think. So let me clean the charts. And I gotta go to bed. Okay, let me start a new post here. Yeah, going up. $600 is reached. Now if we start reversing here, I expect us to range And then it depends on Tokyo. I'm sorry. Then it depends on Tokyo. Let me see what let me see what's happening here. Okay. If we continue to have power, this should be cleared, right? Makes total sense. But I wouldn't say we continue pushing up too much, no. I would say that's taking out this high. Based on liquidations, this is already enough, I think. So either flip from here, and if that happens, 59637. Did I note that? 59. I did not note that. 637. Is this from Friday? It is. One of Friday's pivot highs. Okay. I'm gonna have to leave this kinda like this. As such, I think that's good enough. Okay, copy that, paste. No, gold. For the picture, I might as well just do this. Now, where can this go though? Whatever. I'll post two images, local and more macro. We were doing it on the weekly, right? I think. Yeah. Uh, Put this on center, maybe? Yep. No, 3. NASDAQ. I didn't look at the S, by the way. But ES is already like all-time highs. I think I'm gonna leave it very, so to speak, local, but pointing more to the upside. Like so. And now let's take a quick look at ES. ES is already making all-time highs. A reversal might happen anytime soon, guys. Anytime. And now, as a consequence, all we have is reasons to go down in terms of gaps, or not really. Not really. This low is really good. We just shifted structure recently. For example, to be honest, if for example the Sydney opening range gives me a reason to long, I'm longing. Screw it, you know, all-time high, let's get into price discovery and just push it, push it, push it, push it. See no reason to think otherwise. We do have a gap here. But that's about it. We have this gap that is not yet filled, but that is about it. There's nothing left to take, I mean. What's this box? I could delete this. Let me see levels on the 15. Okay, if we have shorts, previous day we were target. This guy over here. This guy over here. Oh, this guy's not needed. This guy is for this part. This guy goes here. And this guy goes here. And that's it. How is this in the range? Sydney range. It's kind of like NQ. It's kind of like NQ. Same logic. If we go to this deviation, I'm interested. If we take this high, I'm interested. Oops. That's basically it. If we take this low, I'm interested. If we take that low, I'm interested. Essentially, previous week's low from Friday. Sorry, previous Friday low, not previous week. But that's it. I can delete these now. Yep, that is it. Don't really have a reason to think otherwise. This is an anchored view up. I'm gonna keep it there. It's a good low. That's it. Bullish until proven otherwise, guys. That is essentially it. Don't need to complicate it. That's it. Currently, that's the plan. If we take liquidity to the downside, come for the previous day view up, something like that, I think long. And I'm gonna keep thinking long until proven otherwise. It's one of those things, get into a trade. When it makes sense, move stop to break even. And then just relax. Yeah. That would be it. That would be it. Okay. So I guess that's also it for this. Let me just mark out. I'm gonna maybe leave it like that. So where's the levels? Why is this not? Oh, okay. That was a previous day view up on RTH. Okay, I got it. That is it. If we come down to previous week view up or previous day view up, one of these two levels, I'm thinking about longing. If we come to a previous day high, sorry, not a previous day high, a previous high. Well, it is technically a previous day high because I'm referring to Friday, whatever. If we come here and flip, I'm gonna target that, and vice versa. Basically, vice versa. also possible that we flip just on one of the divergence and then Tokyo takes us down. Time will tell. But currently I'm just waiting to see what the opening range does, and then I'll think about trades. S&P 5. Reaching into previous day view apps. Oh, look for logs. The fifth image. And let's take a look. I don't really have any gaps to fill. I do. That's done, right? Yeah, this is done. And we currently have this one. Test it. We have that one. Test it. We have that one. That is it. We don't have a lot of gaps to the bottom side. We did an all-time high, so all possible gaps that were on the downtrend are useless now. They're filled, they're done. So I'm gonna leave a chart focused on this section over here. I might as well mark this one, the current one. That is it. So let's change to ETH. That way I can show it as such. Showing that range so that people know what I'm talking about. Like so. So taking out this orange line and reversing from there, I'll think about shorting. But that is it. Like maybe for this previous day view up, and that's it. If we're bullish, guys. Don't fight it. Okay, need new and right. Okay. Bitcoin, gold, that's it. I'm gonna post that. That is done. And now I'm just gonna take a look into the charts that Enigma asked me to, which he left on stocks. So he asked me for Reliance Industries. Let's start by the monthly. Monthly, having a hard time making a new high. Well, let me just tag him. So watch the stream from 1:58, 1 hour 58 minutes. Okay. We are struggling to make a new high. Didn't have a monthly close. If we apply CRT to here, this low is a target because we failed to make a new high, and we are potentially coming for this now. If we come for that, then I would say that these guys are in danger because they're equal lows. But if we do create a monthly downtrend, then possibly this section will leave something for us to short from here to go to those equal lows. Currently, we are developing an inside bar this month. What I mean by an inside bar is that we are inside this area. So because we are inside that area, we have to look at the weekly and or daily. Weekly and or daily. We currently have one gap to test. That gap might be a place to short from. Shorting from there, I would target this. For sure, I would target that. Let's see the daily. Daily, we took liquidity here, came down into one of the pressure areas marked by my indicator. Well, it's not mine, but you know what I mean. Okay, so now let's see what we have. Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure probably soon, I'm pretty sure that liquidity is going to be taken, and then those highs are probably going to be taken. Now, would be nice, before we go there, it would be nice that we take this liquidity. That would maybe bring us to this order block over here. Yeah, I think that's it. that order walk is also on an inverted fair value gap area on the 15. So this would, I think this would be an interesting long targeting those highs. What's the range point of control of this? We didn't touch it. We didn't touch that range. It would be a little bit of an extreme manipulation, maybe, to take this low and only then go higher, but I don't know how crazy this market is. We are currently struggling from there. That would be it. Either along from here or maybe an SFP. Okay, so it would be kind of like something like this. Or maybe something like this, if an SFP happens. So instead of just limiting the two, just put alerts. For example, one alert on this liquidity, one alert on that low, and then see if we change market structure on a lower time frame. Because the trend is bearish, but like 4-hour time frame, the trend is bearish, but we came down for this low and shifted structure, and we left that gap open there. So I'm basically thinking about the gap itself, not very much if we continue making big highs. Obviously, if that does happen, we probably don't really need to close the trade right away. But the gap should be a target, and from there I don't know what might happen, because from there, when you get to that gap, we're gonna have this range to deal with. And that range, that point of control, or this high volume node over here, that high volume node or the range point of control might stop us from continuing up, like so. And I'm watching this on RTH. Let me see if it changes too much on extended. Not much. Equal lows are still there. This is a lot of liquidity to be taken. A lot. There's a gap over there. There is a gap over here. Sorry, why am I doing this? Never mind. Yeah, we have that gap over there. We also have a small one here, but this is a 4-hour candle, so it's not. Might as well just mark it. Is that all? Looks like it. What the hell? Crazy Newsweek. That's a big price action, man. There are some tiny gaps. I don't think. Maybe I'm even that last one that I marked. It's probably not very relevant. They're so small. There are a lot of gaps, but they are so small. Maybe we create one when it opens. Maybe it's nice for a decision. There's also one here. Yeah, it would be nice for this to happen, maybe. Depends on the opening range. But this seems likely. Next, Tata. I guess this is it. Consultancy. He said consulting. This should be it. So apparently we fill this gap over here. We had that gap. And we reached that point of control. We came to for this gap. We have another gap over here. Which would maybe take us to this small range. I'm going for the last candle to the breakout. So that would take us to that 4-hour order block. And this might be a long, because this gap is filled. Yeah, so that gap's bottom is a target, and maybe this is a long. And that's it. It depends on how it opens too. HDFC Bank. This should be it. This might probably continue going up for this. And because it's so close, I think I would sit on my hands until it gets there. And then maybe wait another day. See what happens on the other day. Because this is really ugly. Maybe when it opens. If it opens and... Let's see what we have here. Okay, if it opens, starts going down, comes for this gap, I would maybe be interested in taking a long from this order block. So the gap is like this. Actually, the low of that order block, because it's too close to the gap's bottom. So maybe something like this. And it would be to target that. What do we have to the upside? How old is this chart? Not too old, okay. This chart does have a problem, which basically is a lot of liquidity. If I start over there, like so, that's liquidity waiting for it to be taken. Just waiting. We came to this area, flipped, okay. Yeah, I think this chart is bullish, very probably. This low is really nice. Came for this area. That area looks like a monthly gap. Yes. So I would say that I don't want price to come back below this for it to remain bullish. This is the inversion point. And apparently we came... Oh, we didn't. Came close. Am I on B80J? Okay. So a monthly gap is this. I wouldn't want price to come back below that. There is a huge gap there. Oh, it has a wick. Never mind. So I wouldn't want price to come back below these lows. Yes, I am very well aware that they look weird, but if the idea is to remain bullish, I wouldn't want them to come back below these lows. And so 15 minutes, maybe this is an SFP, which can maybe take us down a little bit. And if it takes us down a little bit, I would think about a long from this area, this range. Get the gap and then continue to the upside. If it doesn't stop here, it'll go there. Target trend line liquidity. Which would probably mean reach this high, so like something like this could be a good long if this holds. If this holds, could be a very nice long. Very nice. I don't see any other gaps. Yep, I think that's it. Okay, I'm gonna keep this marked. I'm gonna put an alert here. What were the others? Tata Consulting. Put an alert here. And Reliance. Put an alert there. That would probably be it. So let's see Bitcoin. What's it doing? Is it losing power? Let's look at the 1 minute. Divergence. Diverging from here to here. Point of control of this distribution. Up there. There's a pink vector. Maybe this order block, which has super ugly highs. That might be a place for a short. But I would use a low position size. I would use a low position size because it's bullish, very simply. And because well, it is technically an SFP. Let me see what's the point of control of this price action over here. Yep, doesn't have anything to do with that high. It went a little bit above that. It basically took all the highs except all the internal highs except this one. But this pivot, it took that pivot. Oh wait. I don't think it did. 64008.7. 64000. So it made equal highs with this pivot over here, which is actually kind of typical from Sydney. So I think that maybe this block will work if it gets there. If it gets there, because vector FVG, which is now inverted, this might be where it stops pumping. Just this area. We'll see. What's the opening range currently? Okay, we're inside like the most extreme box. So maybe a potential short would take us to this or this. And I'm thinking only for Asia, for it to not do a crazy expansion. If it does a crazy expansion, it's going to be to 59,637 minimum, which is the gap that I was talking about, the RTH gap. So that's basically it, guys. I'm not going to be able to trade this. I'm going to go to bed. But be careful here. See if you see any signs of a good reversal. If you do, target 59,637. This is already done. This gap didn't even exist. I can delete that. And that is it. That is it. So we took this liquidity and inverted. This was probably really nice. Let me check. Were we diverging already when we came there? Yeah, from this candle to this, we're already diverging. And essentially, after closing above this, that's your entry. Vector FVG here, and then order block, and then order block. Wow, what a top, and so on and so forth. That's it, and that is it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. Move up was with OI on BTC, but BTC OI was knocked down. I'm not even looking at open interest, to be honest. Let me take a look at what you're talking about. Are the moves any similar? Oops. Oof. ETH's chart is much cleaner. ETH's chart is much cleaner for a short. I don't know if it's gonna hold, but this is a lot cleaner. Take that liquidity. I'm going to guess this diverged. Yes, it did. Invert this vector, and that's your entry. The way it's making liquidity, maybe it's going to take this, but it hasn't really broken like 5-minute structure. I would like to see something like this more. Not exactly that high maybe, but yeah, take up this high maybe, and then go down. We also have RTH gaps. ETH has so many. Yeah, I've seen this before. ETH has so many gaps, man. It's insane. It is insane. Yeah, this was one of my ideas previously mentioned. Taking out this low, react to this gap and push up. I think it was to push up because of this, like this area. But we have so many reasons. If we flip now, let me think. we flip now, maybe come to this high volume node, or come to this area, maybe take out these guys. It's technically already a shift. Yeah, I see what you mean. Oops, this is not what I wanted. I still have features selected. I know what you mean, Gary. Yeah, I would think about this. Maybe like not short right now, but I'm expecting maybe Tokyo to do some kind of move like this, get some liquidity and then continue down. If we continue down, I mean, even just this candle over here is begging to be recovered. This candle is begging to be recovered, man. I would say like this low is like a minimum target. I do have I've talked about previous week. I talked about this coming here. I know it's a little bit bearish, but it's my main confluence that I have with everything that I was seeing at the time. And yes, it looked very bearish. It made sense. If you're curious, just just watch the previous video. But that would be an interesting target as well. 2390, 2390 on Binance. Talking about Binance levels. 2390, meaning this high maybe. 2392. That high is that high. That high is that high. I'm gonna put it on strong red just to detect where it is on regular trading hours. Yeah, it could be. But I would be a little bit scared before seeing this. There's a big gap here. There's a big gap. Range point of control is at this box. Maybe. I wouldn't do exactly 2390, but somewhere around here, maybe. But that maybe would be to essentially target that high, and I don't think we're very bullish. I think that if we come here, somewhere around here, and reverse, I would be scared to take that long. But I might be wrong, right? I might be wrong. But yep, if this range is to provide a good long, it should be around this area. Which this area goes from, on the 4 hour, goes from Friday the 6th to Wednesday 18th. So let's look, where is that on Binance? Friday the 6th, Wednesday 18th, Friday the 6th, Wednesday 18th, Friday. Six. Friday, Wednesday 18th. So it's this area. Point of control of that range is 2341. trying to refine it to this range. Yeah, okay, so let's look at the daily. The daily, it's that last bearish candle essentially. Maybe here I would look at it from maybe this block, daily order block. Targeting minimum this high because I know this area is a gap. So targeting minimum that high. Weekly. Let me see if there's a weekly level there. We are on one. No. I have this high over here. By the way, let me mark that as weekly. Okay. Don't like this, don't like this. Yeah, I don't really have anything there. So, besides it being a range POC over there and having a daily order block, I wouldn't be thinking that it's incredibly nice as a bullish trend. I still think that for a bullish trend, we are going to have to come a little bit lower here. But it might be to do something like that. Might be. What's the point of control of this area? Let me see. From that candle to the expansion. Oh, I wasn't trying. From this candle to the distribution, not expansion. Okay, that is one of many high volume nodes over there. I'd maybe be looking into something like that. Could be. Could be. Got a monthly level there. Monthly level here. Where the range POC is. That is it. I think that is it. I think that is it. Not a bad idea, what you're thinking. Not a bad idea. But I wouldn't do exactly 2390. I would think a little bit lower. Maybe this area. Of course, depends when we get there. You know, if you see a good sign of reversal, why not? But I would think a little bit lower. Right now, we might be bearish. We might be immediately bearish. This liquidity is nice. Liquidity grab, as a liquidity grab, it's already nice. It's already nice. Especially because after such a big strong move, we weren't able to continue. That's bearish. We took that. And we also took this. Jesus, I really have to go to bed. Just noticed the time. Okay guys, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll be here for London Open if I don't fall asleep. It's really late, I'm super tired. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, Gary, if you want to share your chart, I would be happy to talk about it. And that would be it. I already posted my my analysis on my channel, AlphaSpark channel. So if you need anything, just tag me. If you have any questions, just tag me. Okay, guys. Good luck for the week. I'll be around every day. Okay. See you guys soon.